y'all. So today's video, which is the second video of FreshMeat Month, will feature lingo that is specific to the Xavier University of Louisiana. Who's that? It's XU. Basically what this video is going to be about is different lingo that you'll hear around the Xavier campus, or abbreviations for buildings, so that you're not super confused when you come to campus. So first off, we're going to start with NCF. And basically what the NCF is, it's the Norman C. Francis building, and basically it's where all of the sciences are, where biology, chemistry, mathematics, physics, all of that stuff, and basically where you take your lab classes, your lecture classes, it's all in that one building. And there's the old side of NCF and the newer side of NCF, so you can definitely tell where you are. It's a huge building, and it's where most of the STEM majors are. Number 2, the Convocation Center, which is pretty much a fancy word for the gym. We watch the basketball teams play, the volleyball teams play, where we have our homecoming concerts or our Spring Fest concerts and all of that good stuff. So after the Convocation Center, there is Xavier South, and that's really where administration is, the registrar's office, and also a bunch of classes are. I know the Division of Social and Behavioral Sciences is over there, where I am located. It's distance from where the UC is and where the freshman dorms are. It's like a 3-block walk, so you have to time yourself to get to class on time. They don't really have science classes over there. It's mainly like English, or I take a couple of psych classes that way and things like that, of that nature. The next building is the admin building, and that's one of the oldest, I think the oldest building on campus, and it's where the president's office is. We take a bunch of classes over there. There's a nice art gallery there. The next building is St. Joe's, or that's the abbreviated term, but St. Joseph's, and it's a building across the way from St. Catherine Drexel Hall. And it's where most of us get student health services, counseling, career services, tutoring, all of those good things. They have a lot of great opportunities over there, so you definitely will be there at least once in the semester. The next building is the UC, which is the University Center, and it's basically where everyone is. On the first floor is the cafeteria and some of the retail dining places like Subconnection, Flambeaux, and Jazzman's, and it's where everyone eats that lives on campus. That's on the first floor. On the second floor is where the bookstore is, so you can get some merchandise, and there's also some meeting rooms in that space. And on the third floor is the UC ballroom, and that's where bigger events are held. We hosted Mark Lamont Hill and Shaun King there. So yeah, it's like the hub of Xavier. That's where everyone is. And right outside of the UC is the yard, the UC yard, and that's where everyone is at around 12 o'clock on Fridays. That's where Live Music Friday happens. That's when the Greeks are strolling. That's when all of that good stuff. The music building is right next door to the admin building. It's actually right in between NCF and the admin, and it's where most of the music majors are. Some other classes are there as well. Next we have the Art Village, and it's a walks away from school. It's about 2 blocks away from the Convocation Center, and that's where most of the art majors are, and that's where they have their classes. It's very beautiful though. I went there for the first time a couple of days ago for an all-white party, and it was really nice. So now that I have all of the main campus buildings out of the way, I'll start with the dorms. So I live in KD, but its real official name is St. Catherine Drexel Hall, and it's the freshman female dorm on campus, and it has 6 floors, and it's interesting to say the least. The next is St. Mike's, which is really St. Michael's Hall, and it's a 3-floor building that is for the freshman males. Theirs is also very interesting. They're both across the street from each other pretty much. They put the freshmen right in the same vicinity, and we're actually like really close to all of the main things on campus. So it takes me like a minute to walk to the UC because it's right across the street. KD is right across the street from the UC. Like I said, St. Joe's is like right in our backyard, literally. And it's very easy to navigate to get there. So we have the L, which is the female sophomore dorms, and some female freshmen do live there as well, but it's mainly a sophomore dorm, and I think it's 5 floors, I think, I'm not sure, but it's on the same part of campus as Xavier South, so they have to walk a couple of blocks to get to the UC or get to NCF, which kind of sucks for them, but they have a lot of like really nice rooms, and yeah, the L. Next we have DP, or better known as the Porres Hall, well, St. Martin de Porres. It's a co-ed upperclassmen dorm. The only way you can get in is if you are a male sophomore. If you are a female who just got out of KD as a freshman, you have to have like 60 something credits to get into DP, and that's like impossible. Or you have to be a junior female, like, you know, after sophomore year, you're a junior female or considered a junior, and that's the only way that you can live there. It's co-ed. It has some of the best rooms in the out of all of the dorms. So that's all of our dorms. There's only 4 here on campus, but everybody fits who lives on campus. Well, let's talk about food. So at Xavier, we have the CAF, which is mainly the main cafeteria. All of the food is like mainly cooked, and that's where most of us go for breakfast, lunch, dinner. And outside of the CAF, there's 3 restaurants, and it's Subconnection, which is like a Subway, Flambeaux, which is like a Louisiana food place, and Jazzman's is like Starbucks, pretty much. Ugh. And Jazzman's is like Starbucks, pretty much. After food, there's Swipe, Rush Bucks, and your Nuggets. So I still don't understand the Rush Bucks and Nuggets thing, but once you get here, you'll get an X card, and it's basically like your ID, and that's how you get into the CAF. That's how you swipe to get into class, and it's also how they take the money out of your account for Subconnection, Flambeaux, and Jazzman's. And if you get the I think 15 a week meal plan, you get like $300 of Rush Bucks and $50 on Nuggets. And I know Rush Bucks definitely counts towards food, and so does Nuggets. But the Nuggets are like for other things around campus too, but I'm still not really sure. But when people say swipe, that means that they either need you to swipe for them because they're missing class, so you just swipe in, or you're swiping into the CAF, and most of the time they'll be nice. If you forget your card, they'll like slide you in, but sometimes not so much. Next, we just have a bunch of miscellaneous things that are happening around campus. So I'll start with Club XU, which is the library. Xavier is definitely an academic school, so there's most of us spend most of our time in the library, and on the second floor of the library it's like a really big open space, so it's always like a lot of talking or stuff like that. So if you're easily distracted, I wouldn't go on that floor, but I like it just because it's like you have an awareness that other people are studying, so I guess it's like more motivational. But it's definitely Club XU because you're in there for a very long time. It doesn't close until like 2 o'clock, and during finals it's open like 24 hours. After Club XU, there's Blackboard, and Blackboard is where like our courses are, where our grades are, like assignments, all of those type of things. And after Blackboard, there's Bannerweb, and Bannerweb is like Xavier's like how to keep track of your transcript, how to register for classes, stuff like that. It's kind of confusing. You can You can pay for certain things through Bannerweb. It's kind of like an old system, but it gets the job done. Next, we have OrgSync, and basically what OrgSync is, it's where all of the organizations on campus, it's basically like a big feed of what type of events they have, and you have to really remind yourself to check it, but sometimes they'll send out emails like SGA or XAB, and XAB is the Xavier Activities Board, and they're the ones that put on like all of the fun stuff that is happening on campus, like movie nights, or midnight breakfast, live music Friday, which is where there's a DJ outside, and they usually give like free food and stuff like that, or there's actually sometimes a live band. So make sure to check your OrgSync at least like once a week to see what's going on, because sometimes they don't announce some of the fun things that are happening, just so that they know that you're checking it. But OrgSync is definitely like an underrated tool because not too many people really use it, and I wish that they did, because it tells you like what everything is going on. Like if you don't have social media, like, which you should, but you need to get OrgSync definitely. Next, we have Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi on Xavier's campus can be a hassle, especially when you really need to get something done. It just seems like whenever something that you need to turn in like ASAP, the Wi-Fi goes out. But I think over the summer they're gonna start to add, like, I don't know how it works, like more routers or however Wi-Fi works. Like they're gonna add more things to make sure that the connection is a lot better, and they're also adding wireless printing during the summer as well. So that's the Wi-Fi. The Terrace, it's a little patio space. Right, I'll show you. So I have a cool view of campus. This building right here is the UC, and oh wow, that's a stain on my window. And right here is the Terrace, and that's where some people go to just chill out, have fun. This little building right here, you can see that's the L, and in between there's like a little thingy right here. That's Xavier South. So I have a cool view of campus. That's the yard right here. It's a little small space, but it definitely is a fun space to be at. Another place on campus is the chapel, and that's where church happens. I'm Catholic, and it's a Catholic mass, but you don't have to be Catholic to go. There's also like a fountain near there where you could just sit and just have like a very like calm and peaceful time, and it's a really great place. Finally, we have Xavier, right?